everybody. Thank you for joining me today, this fabulous morning. So, I am outside enjoying the weather today as well. It's about high 50s today, and it's supposed to be in about the 70s this afternoon. But I am with the fabulous Joi Brown here at Milagros Richard Step into Change. She is a life coach as well as a new writer. So, hello, world. Here's Joi Brown. She is going to have a great impact in our community and society with this new collaboration that I am very proud of. Speak of because I am also a writer in this book. So, this is your first book or first collaborated book, correct?
Correct. I'm
So tell
super
us,
excited.
I know I am too. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yes. Well, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. So I am Joi Brown, and I call myself the Career Strategist, a life coach. I'm also a fitness instructor, and I'm truly about inspiring and educating people to be the best that they can be. My background is I have over 21 years in human resource development, so I'm a human resource management, but I'm truly doing everything that I'm passionate about doing. I'm truly about educating, inspiring, and equipping people to be the best. So I do that on my profession, and I'm also able to branch out and do that through coaching, through my fitness journey, just being about being an inspiration to other people. So I'm truly excited about this opportunity. And then this is my first book, so I'm truly excited.
So I know I have learned that life coaches are kind of a jack of all trades. They have many experiences and they put everything together and to be able to inspire and help others. So why this book? Why this anthology of, this collection of coaches and inspiring people and business professionals, church leaders?
Mhm.
Why this book?
Well, that's a very good question. Well, I was actually brought into this project by my mentor, Miss Dr. Jennifer Jones Bryant. And so truly she has been an inspiration because I always say there are people in your life that truly are your godsend, your mentors, your coaches. And she has been the one that has truly saw me grow up in the field of HR. And so when she brought this opportunity, I was just truly honored and humbled that she thought about me. And I truly believe that God, he does all things in divine order. And one of the journeys that, I talked about is come the fitness perspective, because I too have been always exercising, always been in health. I became a dance fitness instructor because I like to dance. And I always say, if you got to work out, you should do something that you enjoy. And so
Yeah.
my journey throughout this process has been one of, inspiring others. That's the reason why I became a fitness instructor. So I thought this was an opportunity for me to tell my story. And so my chapter is called The Transformation, Becoming the Best Self that you can be. So I'm truly excited about it.
Yeah, I love the title of your chapter. It was like I want to read this book because I want to see what my counterparts have been writing, and especially in the fitness chapters, because I too have a fitness
Mhm.
chapter in this book, but mine is health and fitness. Because health, as you know, comes
Mhm.
within, from the
Yes.
inside out. So it's a process that we have to
Mhm.
go through. And like you said, you might as well do something that you really like to do.
Right.
I don't know if you have heard it before, but something along the line I've heard that if you work on something that you really like to do, you will never work a day in your life.
That is so true. And that is so true because everything I do is stuff that I love. So people be like, you're so busy, but everything is, I don't think it's work because this is
Yeah.
all with my gifts and talents. And I just like to be a blessing and helpful to other people in the organization. So I believe that God gave it to me. So it's my job to give it off and to pay it forward because people have paid it forward for me and opened up doors and opportunities. So that is my calling. So I'm truly excited about, again, being this journey. As you all know that in fitness, it is about a mental thing because you
It
can
is.
exercise all you want, but if you don't change your diet and stuff like that. So I just provided people with just some helpful tips that I've learned throughout this journey. I have a dynamic personal trainer who's truly helped me to stay on the course and made me accountable. So I just want to share those great tips to hopefully inspire others.
And that makes a huge difference, not just in fitness, but people might be looking at you right now and thinking, she might be the coach, the personal coach that I need for my personal growth, my development, and to help me stay encouraged and taking me forward. One thing that I have learned from life coaches and through my life coaching journey with my mentor, which you know as well, Shauna Halley. She was the one that brought me into this project, and it's just that when you do things, you move forward. Don't look back. You know, you learn from the bad things. You take those bad things, fix them, tweak them, and make things better. But never dwell on the past. Because it's excuse me, it's really not gonna help you out. It's
Right.
just gonna put you down and stuff like that. So it's the same thing in fitness.
Oh yeah, definitely. And this even like in COVID, like we know that we have this pandemic, and so yes, it's a not a good state that we're in. But look at all the I look at it says look at all the possibilities and
Yeah.
opportunities. And I have even in this COVID time, I have launched new businesses. I have worked on my brand. I have worked on all my business efforts. And so in this pandemic, I saw opportunities and was able to seize those opportunities. So again, it's like it's your mindset. It's like, what can you do?
Yep.
And again, having that coach, like I said, I'm also a coach at work. I'm a life coach, as I mentioned. So I actually coach clients, who just need help with work-life balance. I want to do this. So how do I get to the next level? And so I believe that coaching is just a great avenue to figure out kind of where you want to go in life. Because I've always had the gift of kind of helping people. And before they always ask you, what do you want to do when you grow up? So I really want to be a talk show host. When you were a kid, like, what did you want to do? I really want to be a talk show host. I used to walk around my little mic and just talk and all of this. But God knew then that he would give me this gift to be able to use my voice to be a blessing, to be an advocate. And then I thought I wanted to be a therapist. And then I took a class in college, got an A, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I always knew that I can help people kind of strategize from where they are today and where they want to go for tomorrow. And so I've truly been able to seize those opportunities in my profession as well as personally, that have been able to help me be an impact to others.
That's wonderful. And most people that are self-driven and like to help other people are like that, because they think kind of like, well, if I have the knowledge and I really want to help people, why keep it to myself? You just take it forward and help other people the best way that you can. And a lot of times it's more like you said right now with COVID and everything that is going on. A lot of opportunities did happen, like for myself, I can speak that, a lot of bad things happen, but then a lot of good things happen. And through my skills and knowledge and people that I knew that were thinking about me and they referred me to the correct avenue.
Oh, great.
So I could
Yes.
move forward, and like you said, you have to seize the moment. You can't just how you say it, you can't just sit back and wait for things to happen. Sometimes
Yes.
that happens and you're very lucky and blessed, but
Right.
sometimes you have to make things happen because you can't just sit down. If you're sitting down, learn something, because it's never too late to learn
Yes.
something. Like you said, you're
Yes.
constantly learning, and that's the way of somebody that is very self-driven like yourself and an entrepreneur. You had that spirit of learning, of taking things forward, of helping other people. Give me an experience where you have had to coach somebody where they were at their lowest point, and how did you help them
Okay.
come up?
Well, yes, definitely. As we know that life happens, and sometimes life is hard, and it definitely having someone that I would say that coach who's that sounding board, who's that confidant, who is everything that we say is that confidentiality, can also help you get out of like those hard places. So when clients feel like there is no hope, it is our job to provide them with hope and strategies and help them take little steps. I always say, you want to do this. What are the little milestones that we're going to do to achieve the total result? So let's celebrate them. Let's outline some of those little milestones and let's work towards them. And one thing about a coach is that is your accountability partner. As we know, successful weight loss programs, anything in life, having an accountability partner or what is your accountability measure is going to help you keep you focused and on track. And so having that coach, even in those moments, can say, well, how did you do this week? And if you didn't do well or something got in your way, well, what could we learn from that situation to help us propel to the next step? And so, and I think that's helpful when, you know, you're in a rut and you're trying to figure out, you know, what to do. Sometimes I will say, how do you eat? How do you eat one thing? You got to eat it one bite at a time. You got to break those things down, and that's what a coach can kind of help you break those life challenges. I got this, I got that, I got that. Okay, we got a lot going on. We got 10 things. But we're gonna pick one of them today and focus on that today. And because it gets overwhelming. It really, life can get overwhelming, especially in this COVID time. And so let's figure out what we can do today. And one thing about us is, especially as women, and I know I wear a lot of different hats, and that's one thing that I have learned. I have learned that I have got to take care of Joy. You've got to take care of self, especially because women have all these different roles. And now, you know, if you're like, I don't have, my child is 22, he just graduated, so he's out of the house. But if I had a younger, you know, child, I'm not only the caregiver, but I'm the school teacher. So you have all these different roles, and sometimes we forget about ourselves. So I definitely make sure that you have to, you know, it's 24 hours in a day. Give me one of them hours out of that 24 hours to take care of yourself. If you go for a walk, do something for you. That is so, so important, because you can't be here for others if you can't take care of yourself. And that's one thing we have.
Yes. That is so true. My my thing in all of my like Facebook lives, YouTube channels and whatnot is I have 3 words: live, love, and laugh. It is very important, and what you said is a key point of life. Like, people are supposed to make sure that they take care of themselves first before they take care of others, because if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to help a family member or a husband, a wife, kids. And that's why it's so interesting, because that's one of the things I wrote in my chapter. You really have to take care of yourself before you take care of others. You have to forgive yourself before you forgive others, because sometimes we deal with so much turmoil internally that we forget that we need to fix us first before we try to help others. And as life coaches, we have learned that sometimes the hard way.
That is, yes.
That's why we are.
Life experiences will teach. Yes, and that's so true. Like life experience, and that is so key about forgiving yourself, because sometimes we are our harshest critic.
Yeah, and like you said, us women, we are very critical of ourselves, because what an amazing body we have, where we give life to life. You know, it's kind of like people don't think about it, but a woman's body is something amazing, because you know, quite a few animals can say that, you know, they can give birth to something wonderful, but you know, you give birth to this little thing that becomes into an adult and is a great creature, and you have enjoyed that for 19, 20, 25 years, 50. And the what they do is really your reward. You don't expect, maybe some people will expect it, but you don't expect for them to take care of you or anything like that, but you want them to be better than you. You know, so it's quite interesting how that works. And us women, we tend to be very critical of ourselves. That's why I tell women that if you're out there listening to this show right now, what Miss Joi Brown said is very, very true. And you have probably heard me say this before as well: live, love, and laugh. Those are very 3 important keywords in everything that you do. That's why you will always see me having fun and doing those things that I really, really like. So some of you that know me at a personal level, my first language is Spanish. So I did struggle a lot when I moved full time to the United States. Not because of me not being able to understand the language or speak it or whatnot, because I spoke it. It was very much broken than what it is right now. I mean, it was like, and then I had to deal with a lot of things that at my later ages, I learned that, why do I have to do that to accommodate people? They should accept me for whom I am. And having to go from Milagros to Millie was an arrangement that I have to do in order to get a job.
Right.
you know as narrow-minded as that sounds, but it was so true. And when I talk to Latino women, I try to make them understand that they need to love themselves for who
Yes.
they are, not to try to make other people and try to please other people by changing the way they are, the way they look, or their names, so other people can, accept them. Just be who you are
And it is so
and
funny,
love
Millie.
everything.
Oh yeah, it's so true. And in the fitness world, you ever had the sub? Okay, so you know
Oh,
about
yes.
subs. So this was me earlier. So I've been an instructor since about 8 years now. So you have to go sub, and I would be like, oh my God. And I would like not go subbing in certain people's classes. I would be like, I'm not them. And I knew I was good. I had my class
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
bring my energy. And then one day I was like, no, the devil is a lie. Joy,
it
I'm not
is.
gonna be somebody else or your
Just be
primary
yourself. Yeah,
me. My class is going to be different. One thing about me is you can probably tell I am bubbly. I have a lot of energy.
yeah,
So I'm going to bring all of that. And after I said that and made up that mind, I never looked back. So I'm like, sure, I love in our places I go and stuff. We have a great time because I'm different. I'm going to just do me, and that's what it's so. But it's about validating yourself. And as women, you
yeah,
have to love the skin that you're in, no matter what size. You just have to love you. And that takes a long time to get it because sometimes it is our past that we won't let go and we're our harshest critic. No,
yeah.
love you. Let's support each other. Let's build each other up. And that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and that's very important that you said that, because up to 2 years ago, I was really hard on myself. Like, I was my number one critic. But then when I did coaching, um, because I needed to know what people go through before I start doing it, right?
Mhm.
So I did some coaching, and my coach took me through the whole process. And one day when I'm talking to her, she goes, "You are not doing well today. We need to sit down, talk about this before we move forward, because I can hear it in your voice where you're crackling. You're really not, you're not you."
Right.
So I sat down and I told her that I was having some family issues, some problems, and she goes, "No, this is a matter of you not being able to forgive yourself for past experiences, and you are still living that.
Mm.
So, because if other people are having problems with you, it's really not your problem, it's their problem because they're not letting go. But it's affecting you because you're not letting go of the past problems that are resurfacing again here in the present." And
Mhm.
I was like, oh my God, I never thought about it that way. But it was so true. And she asked me to write not a letter to myself, but a letter to them, you
Oh,
know.
yes.
And she said, even if you don't want to send it to them, just write it
Mhm.
and make sure that you save it, you keep it. So
Mhm.
then when you feel down again, you go back and you read it.
Mhm.
And you see the way that you feel about the whole situation. And then after that, she kind of like started backwards, because then after that, she asked me to write a letter to myself.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, so this makes sense, because I let go of the past and now I'm talking about me, how
Yes.
I see myself, how I have overcome certain things. And just like you were saying, this thing about being fitness instructors and fitness coaches and things like that, when you go to other classes, it's like that. It's a relationship that you're starting to build, correct? So I'm glad that you were able to tell that to yourself, like, no, I'm me, I'm gonna work on me.
Mhm.
And my class is
Always.
gonna be
Always. Yes.
different.
And as you know, in relationships, people be like, oh, I'll change that person. No, 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 let's stop. That's a lie. Only person I can change is Joy. And trust me, because again, I'm a supervisor. So, being a supervisor, you deal with all kind of personalities and situations. But some of the things that I have learned on this journey is I can only control Joy. And so by knowing Joy's triggers, because I have done some self-reflection and things of that nature, because I know myself, that I know how to best handle situations that I may come up against. And so that's very important. So sometimes if somebody is like irate with you, then no, I don't want to get irate with them too, because then we're both not listening. And any type of coaching, nobody's hearing that, we're both hollering and screaming. So again, there are times when you just need to know, like, I'm going to know how to regulate myself in order to help me in my process, in my situation, and then I'll be able to move forward.
Yep, and that is so true. I mean, conflict resolution is something that a lot of people struggle with.
Oh, yeah.
And I won't say that supervisors or managers don't have that problem, because they do all the time, especially if they're brand new. And you have gone through that. I have gone through that myself, because I have supervised people as well. And it's a really hard skill to acquire.
Mm-hmm.
And you are absolutely right. When you are in the middle of a conflict, and people, all they want to do is escalate their voice and get angrier and angrier, it doesn't help for you to get angry.
No,
it just makes things worse.
Right. And the one thing about coaching, as you know, it's like that whole asking those questions, those open questions, having me really listen. And it's almost like we always say, we want to listen to understand and not to respond. That is so key.
Correct.
That's because, again, we're like, I had my rebuttal, but I haven't even heard you, because I'm already working on my response. But truly, when you can understand where that person is coming from, and then asking those questions, and that's what we do within coaching. It's kind of like we said, unpeeling that onion, one layer at a time. And as you know, that sometimes it is something that is a trigger from way back when.
Oh, yeah.
So asking yourself, kind of, what are your deal breakers? What is your level of expectation in different things in life, especially as you get older? That is definitely important, because, again, as you said, life is about lessons. So anything that you go through, I always kind of reflect, okay, what was the lesson in this? Even though it may have been hard, but there was a lesson in this. And what has this taught Joy? And everything. And that was kind of what I wanted to talk about when I started writing the book, this chapter. God has spoke something earlier to me, because this was my chapter of my 40th birthday. So during my 40, I had a new season of my life. And one of the things up to my 40th birthday, I did these daily posts of just things that I learned in life. So they were quotes, they were scriptures, but what that taught me, I was like, oh, I really enjoyed this. And from that, I was like, oh, I can see myself doing this book. That was a year before this opportunity. And so when you talk about your preparation, and I say, wow. And I just said, for my birthday, I'm going to post these little life lessons, because this is probably great stuff that if I can bless somebody else with this thought or whatever, and people would respond, I got such a fulfillment. But little did I know that would prepare me for this step that I'm doing with this co-authoring of this great book. And I believe that this will not be my first and last. So I'm excited about this new adventure and looking forward to more collaborating ideas. So sometimes in life, you are being prepared for your next step.
And that is so important. You really hit that nail on the head. Like, people see things as blocking their life. I see challenges and bad experiences as a preparation to what's coming forward. If it's something bad, I learn from it, let it go. Don't dwell on it. If it's something good, build on it and make it better. So it's one of those things that people need to sit down and think about. And I am glad I'm having this conversation with you, Joy.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We have so much in common. You have no idea.
Yes.
So, guys, Joi Brown and I are collaborating in a book that has been put together by Michelle Bolden, and she has basically brought a lot of people together, 13, that fact, 13, and it's from all walks of life. I mean, you have inspirers, poets, all of us are life coaches. You have church leaders, you have fitness professionals, you have psychologists, doctors, literate people. I mean, it's gonna be, words cannot describe it.
We're going to excite. It's going to be one that you're going to have to get for the holidays. And I told everybody, I said, yes, I'm going to get it. I'm going to sign your copy. So friends, stay tuned, because I'm going to sign y'all a copy.
I know. Well, I'm ready for that too.
Yes. So we're just excited to be a part of this great work. It is going to be a book that's going to bless your life. It's going
Yes.
to provide you with tips and strategy for your mind, body, and soul. As we are on the home stretch of this 2020, we are looking forward to 2021. Get prepared, get some strategies, get some tips that you won't walk into a new year with new possibilities. I love that you get the word possibilities. This
Yes.
is about taking advantage of opportunity because the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit for you to be the best that whatever God has called you to be.
Yep. And everybody, just thank you for watching. Thank you, Joy Brown, for being here with me. Thank you, everybody, for watching Milagros Richards Step into Change. Really, life is about live, love, and laugh. And the sky is the limits. You are your own cheerleader. So whatever you think is whatever you will do and whatever you will keep in your heart. So stay tuned for more because this is not over yet. I will have more people to speak with in regards to this fabulous book. We will be posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have a virtual launch on
Yeah.
December 1st. That you can register for that. It's going to be a free event. You get to meet some of the authors. It's going to be a really nice show. And then the launch of the book in itself is going to be December 7th.
Yes.
So looking forward and seeing you, everybody. Thank you, Joy Brown, so much
Thank
for
you
being here
all.
on my show today. Love you, everybody. Thank you much. See you later. Ciao, ciao.